Welcome, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome into this space. Phyllis, hello. Welcome, Abby. Welcome. It's been some time, but thank you for being here. Ava, welcome. Thank you for being here and just being in this space. Beth, hello, welcome. It's been a while since I've been able to hold a live, so thank you for being here. Thank you for feeling the energy that I've sent out this morning for those who resonate with this energy, this frequency, this intention to return to center. That's the overall sort of theme of this morning. So welcome in, even if you can just stay for a moment to, I've only done sort of a little bit of my preparation to be here, and I want to just sort of allow people to join, to find me, to see that I'm live, and for you to create your own sort of space in the next few moments. So I have some crystals that I've been charging that I'm going to pop in some water, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of my sort of my prep to open up this space, to open up this pathway, to open up this channel with you, more in tuned, and allow our frequency to clear, to rise. So just allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to open to the energies that are here for you, right? That are here for you, not only within your own physical vessel, that energy which is around you within your physical space, right? The energy that you hold, the energy that you emanate, right? Open that up. Open that up to extend a little beyond your personal space and to connect into the collective, to connect into this channel that we are opening together. So just breathe and allow yourself to be here, right? Allow yourself to ground into your body and to allow that breath to open you to new potentials, new possibilities, new energies, new frequencies, new ways of being in alignment with your higher self. So just breathe. And I hear the birds outside, right? Extending this call out for those ready to receive these energies and be here, to receive the energies of yourself more fully, right? I am here simply to hold this space, connect this space, ground this space, offer this space for us to connect, for us to open. So it's not just me doing this process for you, it's me opening this pathway, this gateway for you to allow yourself to be more present with yourself. Angelina, welcome. So breathe into that, because you're answering your own call for presence, for connection, for community, for collective support in whatever way that resonates for you, right? Whether you're navigating through your own healing journey, whether you are a light bearer, a light giver, a light holder, a grid worker, you've answered your own call for this, right? So allow yourself to be here, allow yourself to breathe and open into that. Returning to your center, returning to your frequency. In this moment, with this breath that has carried you so gracefully through this process. Open to that grace that has been within you all this time, through all these lifetimes. Even if you can't feel it, even if you can't acknowledge its presence, it is here with you. It has always been here with you. The grace of your higher self, the grace of your higher knowing carrying you forth. Even when you felt like you were dragging yourself through the trenches. Acknowledge that it has always been here. You have always been here. Your higher self has always been here. So breathe and be here. Feel that. Acknowledge, attune, align, remember with your highest self. All of your higher selves converging in this moment, in this space that you are creating for you. Acknowledging once again, you have answered your own call, your own prayer, your own intention to be here more fully. Yvonne, welcome. I didn't realize we were going to go right into it, right into the channeling, right into the energy, but just allow this to flow. Allow this to be what you need in this now moment. Just breathe and ground yourself into your body. Feel your body. Feel your physical vessel that has been holding you, carrying you through all these moments, through all this time and space. And just feel your body. And allow your breath to move through that. Acknowledging how you feel. Drew, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Thank you for being here. An acknowledgement, Drew, I'm hearing as you choose to follow this energy, you choose to follow your path, your destiny, I'm hearing. So feel your body, feel your body. What is it trying to speak to you in this now moment? How are you feeling? Allow yourself to feel your physical body. Maybe you want to place a hand or your hands someplace. And allowing yourself to connect more fully to your physical body, more fully to your energy, what is here for you. The energies have been intense, I'm hearing, so allow yourself to feel what is physically here for you. Hey, Spy. Right? And acknowledge that. Acknowledge whatever. I am more than I realized. I am more tired than I realized. I am more blocked than I realized. Acknowledging that maybe it's taking a little more energy, a little more focus, a little more intention to actually take a full breath. Right? When was the last time you really took a slow, deep, conscious breath and grounded, felt your body? Let's all do that now, right? And allow each breath to be fuller than the last, longer than the last, more conscious than the last. Bring your full intention into your breath and feel that. What is the breath I'm hearing? Life, force, energy. Acknowledge that in this moment so that you can bring that out and acknowledge that in each next now moment. Bringing yourself present with your breath into this now. How are you feeling? What is here for you? What is your body speaking to you? Allow that breath to fill you, right? To fill your container, to fill your vessel with that life force energy. Thank you for those gifts, love. And I acknowledge my own physical body aligning, right? I can feel the waves. I can feel my body shifting, right? Acknowledging it's shifting into more alignment. So acknowledge what your physical body wants to do. Maybe it wants to move gently with the breath, right? Maybe it wants to spiral back into its center, right? Maybe your chakras are moving energy with intention to clear, to release, right? Maybe there's a swaying, a dancing of sorts that your physical body wants to move ever so gently, and allow that. Allow that, because as you allow your physical body to move, you allow your energy to move. You allow that breath to shift in those places and spaces that is holding density, maybe holding negative, lower frequencies, energy. Allow that all to shift out of your physical body, to shift and flow out of your chakras. Maybe your hands, your arms want to dance, right? Like mine are doing. To allow the energy to move, to flow, to shift, to release, to attune, to align, to activate. To activate your innate, natural healing abilities, right? Thank you, love. Rolodex, welcome. We're just allowing, we're breathing, allowing the energy to move, to flow within, around our physical bodies. Moving, shifting, clearing, dissolving, I'm hearing. And when I tap into the energy of dissolving, there's that spiral. Dissolving all lower energies, frequencies, densities that no longer serve you. Allow your body to move, to shift, and to release those lower energies. I'm feeling it in the tips of my fingers, in my palms, in the bottoms of my feet, the tips of my toes. Maybe there's something here for you to tune into, to tap into within your physical body. What is your vessel speaking to you in this now moment? How does your body want to move, to shift, to release? All right, clearing the field, clearing your energy through your breath, through your intention, through your movement. Movement is life. Movement is vitality. Movement is attuning to your energy, to your frequency, to your vibration. What is here for you? What is your body speaking to you? What is your energy carrying for you? Carrying away all that no longer serves, and carrying you into more alignment with what is ready to come online, to what is ready to be acknowledged. There are no accidents that you are here in this moment, returning to your center, opening your heart. I'm hearing maybe that's a specific intention for many of you, to open your heart, to clear your heart, right? Or maybe you have no idea why you've found yourself here in this moment. But like I said a little bit ago, you've answered your own call, your own prayer, your own intention to return to yourself more fully. So let's do that in this now moment. Breathing yourself back into your center. feeling? Are we acknowledging? Are we listening to our own selves, to our own bodies? Right? Breathe and return to your center. Return to your wholeness, return to your fullness. I'm hearing. Janine, hello, love. Big feelings. Allow yourself to feel that, all of that. Release what no longer serves. Accept what resonates, right? And how does that breath feel? Right? How does it feel to take a nice full deep breath? To ground into your body? To open to your own presence? My arms are starting to vibrate. Right? And some of it may not feel good. Right? Some of it may not feel good. Yes, let your mind go. Let your heart take over. Yes, my left hand started buzzing when I said that. Let your mind go and let your heart take over. Again, it may not feel good, right? It may not feel good to acknowledge all that is here for you, but this is the time and this is the space to do that so you can release that, right? My energy, my intention is very much to assist you, to extend out, to share the frequency of clearing all that no longer serves, acknowledging that it doesn't always feel good, it's not supposed to, right? That deep, dark, dense, heavy energy that you may have been holding on to, that you're navigating through, right? You're here because you're ready to release that, right? In a way that you have not allowed yourself to before. And there's nothing that you have to do but simply acknowledge, to simply be here present with that, to breathe through that, supported, held, guided by all that is here for you. It is not me that is doing anything for you. I am simply holding the space, reminding you, allowing you to remember what is here for you, to allow you to remember that you hold the keys, the frequencies within you to do this for you. So breathe through that, feel that. Gracias for you, Myrta. Gracias, Nasa Inia Hashu. Right? And the light language is going to start to flow through, to start to come through, because you are open, you are grounded, you are ready to receive what is here for you. To receive yourself more fully by releasing the old, by releasing the outdated, by releasing the heavy. I'm hearing griefs of lifetimes. So breathe through that, however you resonate with that. Allow the light language to open you more, to clear you more, to align you more. Clearing that heart, clearing that grief, clearing that sadness I'm hearing. Breathing through that and allowing it to go, allowing it to flow. Because as you drop more into your heart, right, we need to clear space, to be here more fully. So whatever is holding, whatever you've been holding on to, whatever you navigate through, whatever you're releasing, allow that to so you can drop into this more fully, so you can be here more fully, right? We just set the intention to let go of the mind and allow the heart to be here more fully. I'm hearing operating at its fullest capacity. Oh, nia shu, nia anasi I, nia nasa ashu, oh nia shu, oh nia nasa shu. Allow this to be a gentle presence. Allow this to be a gentle presence, a gentle receiving, a gentle releasing. And if there's moments of heaviness, of sadness, of grief, allow that to release through you in whatever way feels right. I'm hearing tears may start to flow, your voice may start to tone, you may start to hum as you allow the energies that have been blocked to release, right? With your own process, with your own energy intelligence. Right? And that's all going to be shown to you in a different way. Again, moving as your body, as your physical vessel releases this energy. You may feel called to hold your heart, to tap on your heart, to tap and allow the energy to release. Or simply just breathe and be here. Tuning your heart space to receive yourself more fully. Let's take a nice, big, deep, conscious breath and attune to that. Attune to that. And isn't it beautiful what you can do? Right? I am your mirror. June! Opening your channel, I'm hearing opening your channel, opening your channel, opening your pathway, your gateway, your access point to yourself, to your own innate healing abilities, to your divine blueprint. I'm hearing that's specific for someone to hear. I saw an exclamation point, so it was like somebody needs to hear that, acknowledging your divine blueprint, your energetic frequency. Attune to that. Yes, I love that. So let's bring in some more toning to allow yourself to feel yourself more fully, to align with your center. And when I bring that forth, that energy, I'm getting this sensation, like this sensation, right? Opening your channel, opening your chakras. As you allow your heart to open more fully, you continue to open through the higher chakras, opening through and opening your access way, your gateway, your portal to your higher self, to your spirit, to your source, to your guardians. I'm hearing guardians of light, keepers of codes, holders of frequency, all aspects of your divine self, your divine blueprint. You're opening to that now. Yes, dear ones, the energies are here for you, to hold you, to support you, to guide you in alignment, attuning to your frequency. Opening to your keeper of your codes. Opening your channels of light. And there's like a sphere in my hand. There's a sphere of energy. Universal, cosmic, divine. And blend with that, merge with that, open to that. Receive that. Receive your own light. Receive your own light. How does that feel? How does that feel? How does that feel? Attuning, aligning to your energy, to your frequency, to your light. And just acknowledge it, be aware of it, right? Speak that out loud, right? Use words, use sound, use tones to acknowledge the energy. Anchor that in your heart and allow it to flow out in all directions, through all time, through all space. Yes, yes. And please feel free to share, right, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what is here for you in the comments if you feel guided to do so, right? Be so lit that you illuminate the path for others. And simply sharing your words, your energy, your experience in the comment is going to allow others to do the same in whatever way resonates for them, right? The energy is moving. The energy is moving, right? It's shaking, it's moving. It's not a bad thing, right? It's vibration. It's vibration. It's energy in motion, flowing, calibrating, recalibrating, redefining, realigning, awakening. As you tap into yourself more fully. And maybe you want to allow your arms to flow and feel the energy move, maybe release. Allow your own movement. It's It's all good, Yvonne. Just allow it to flow. You're releasing. I'm hearing that inner child, right? That inner child is here for you. Just as you are here for them. Wrap them in a hug. Wrap yourself in a hug. Yeah. Shh. This energy is not only within you, it is around you, holding you, cocooning you. Attuning you, right? Attuning you to those inner children that you've been nurturing, that you've been healing. That's what this space is for. I've been right there over and over and over again. And not too long ago, right there, holding myself, holding my little ones, right? Do what you need to do in this now moment, held by the presence of your own energy, of your higher selves, of all that you are, all that you've been, and all future potentials. Dropping that into your heart, grounding that into your heart, anchoring that into your heart, solidifying that into your heart. Whatever words, frequencies resonate with you. Again, there's that ball of light, that ball of light. Maybe imagine that, right? Imagine that within your field, right? Just in front of your heart space, right? Where I'm sort of creating with my hands. Imagine that. Close your eyes. Imagine a vortex of energy, of light, of frequency. Merging, mingling with your own heart frequencies, attuning, dissolving, clearing, activating what is here for you. Of course it is. It always has been. All right, I want to acknowledge the ears. The ears, some of you may be feeling some expansion, some sensation within the ears, right? Allowing those energies, those chakras, those access points to fully open. You're opening, you're expanding, right? We touched upon those higher chakras opening, right? As we opened the channel a little bit ago. Right? You didn't have to necessarily be here in that time and space to be in that energy currently, right? Maybe you're just popping on, maybe you came here just after that, or maybe you were here during that, right? Acknowledging that those higher chakras are opening, clearing, activating, right? Expanding your intuition, your psychic senses, your innate healing abilities, your non-physical senses. Oh my goodness, wow. The tip of my right finger, oh my goodness. Wow, as I started doing this, the tip of this finger started like, wow, like, it feels like fire. It doesn't burn to hurt. Opening those higher chakras. I'm feeling this in my third eye. So just allow the energies to activate the higher chakras as they continue to open, to expand to their highest, fullest potential, to your source, to your vibration. Just breathe. You may be feeling it in your third eye, in the back of your head. Just breathe through that. Breathe through that as your energy aligns. I'm hearing as your higher self merges more fully into your heart space, into your physical vessel. There's a deep grounding, a deep anchoring of this energy occurring, so just allow it to be here for you. Attune to it, align with it, your higher self, all divine aspects. Merging more fully with all parts of you. Deep within the physical core vessel, into each of the major chakras, beyond the seven, beyond the seven, beyond the seven, opening to the 12, opening to the 12. I'm hearing gateways, access points. My right ear is very, there's a lot of pressure in the right ear. So acknowledging if you're feeling or sensing anything within the right, within the ear, within that side of your body. I'm hearing divine masculine. I'm hearing divine masculine. I'm hearing unifying, unifying, unifying. Divine feminine stepping in, stepping up. And we're aligning, we're uniting, we're embodying those divine feminine, those divine masculine qualities coming online, coming online, coming online. Opening to your divine presence more fully, united, balanced, harmonized. Acknowledging the third eye and solar plexus. Energizing your divine expression, your divine will, your divine strength. Okay, and as soon as I said that, I see the lion, right? We're in Leo, the lion's gate is approaching, it is here, the portal is open. So if working with the energies of the lion's gate of the 8-8 resonate with you, that is the energy coming forth for you at this time, in this space. So just open to the energies, open to the information, open to the symbols, open to the intelligence streaming forth down into you, holding you, surrounding you, supporting you in this now moment. I want to acknowledge what may be occurring within your channel, within your physical vessel, but I also want to acknowledge, bring your awareness out into your field through all your layers. Acknowledging the energy that is here. Acknowledging the divine intelligence that is within your field, encapsulating you in light in this now moment. You may be seeing, feeling, hearing light language, sounds, symbols, sacred geometry, coming through as tones, as sounds, as words, as images, as feelings, as movements, as sensations. Just be here with what is here for you and receive it as it resonates. harmonizing, I'm hearing, harmonizing your field, harmonizing your vessel. Think of a tuning fork, right? Think of a tuning fork. You are that tuning fork. Resonating with your own frequency. And as that hits deep down into your core, into the center of your being, it flows out, it emanates out, expands out in all directions. Continuing to clear from your body, to clear from your field all that is no longer resonating with this. Your body may be vibrating, it may be moving. Just allow the energy to move through you, out in all directions. As you resonate with, attune to your own frequency. This is not me. This is you holding your own frequency. I am simply holding the space and guiding you through that, to that. You are doing this. You are this. You always have been, you always will be. Divine frequency, lighting you up from the inside out. And there's a bit of ego coming in. Acknowledging that there may be like, well, what happens after this? How do I hear? How much? Breathe all of that out, because you are here in this now, because you've called this to you. You are your answered prayer, your answered intention, the call you sent out, the echo to your own pulse. It is all here for you. It is all here for you. It is all here for you. I'm hearing you are not and you cannot do anything wrong. I know I need to hear that. But there's others that need to hear that you are not and you cannot ever do anything wrong. Just breathe through that, breathe through that, breathe through that. I'm going to take a drink of water. I invite you to do the same. My crystals I forgot to put in. I'm going to do that now. How are we doing? How are we feeling? You don't have to, right? Tap the screen, acknowledge, just feel, just sense, speak, comment. How are you feeling? Just acknowledge what is here for you. Acknowledge how your energy has shifted, because regardless of how long you've been here, your energy has shifted. Acknowledge that. And I want to bring awareness back to that ball of light, energy, frequency, right? That we sort of collectively acknowledge for a few moments. And I want you to realize that you can come back to this at any time. You can come back to this energy, to this frequency by remembering, by calling in, by creating, right, with your hands, right? Like I'm doing this. This is, thank you, love. Just a way to acknowledge, right, the energy. Maybe using your hands to acknowledge the energy if it's just the thought is not right, if you're just not there yet. You can always come back to this. You can always come back to this. You can always return here because this is yours, right? What's with the saw outside now? It has been so noisy here, right? But life is noisy. The outside world gets noisy, right? It's learning, acknowledging, remembering that we can still be present, we can still be centered, we can still be grounded, regardless of the noise that is going on externally in the outside world, right? Maybe it's within your physical space, right? Within your home, within your, right? But there's always going to be noise out there. The point is to remember that we always have this, our own presence, our own groundedness, our own centeredness, and to return back here over and over and over again, especially when it gets louder out there, right? Because as soon as I acknowledge that, there's just physical external stimulus going on right now to bring me to this message, to acknowledge this message, right? As we acknowledge the stillness within, right? The noise outside sort of thank you, love. Thank you. And acknowledging that we can do that in each now moment that we find ourselves in. Regardless of the noise externally, we always have the choice, the ability to go within, to return to our center, right? I do it all the time. It's just become a natural, right? In the line at the grocery store, the traffic light, using those moments, right? To breathe, to return to center, regardless of the noise, the external stimuli. We can choose to come back to ourselves over and over again. Katie, I love it. Good. That is you. Vibrating, your energy vibrating. Maybe it's vibrating something out, maybe it's vibrating something in. Most likely it's doing it all at the same time, right? Attuning, we're constantly attuning. Imagine as you're walking around that tuning fork, right? And when you can bring your presence in to your center, right? Reset, recenter, realign. And acknowledge that that's the energy that you're emanating out. Right? My hands are buzzing. Yay! Awesome. I love that. Wonderful. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Beautiful. Right, Phyllis, but remember, just being here, opening to the energies, it's working, and maybe it's not in, right, like total go mode, total presence mode in this moment, right? You're anchoring this, right, just by being visual, maybe just by listening, right, by opening yourself to the energies and anchoring them within, anchoring your presence, anchoring your awareness that this is here for you, right? That's why I said we can always return back to that energy. Like maybe it's easier for you to focus on that sphere, that vortex of energy that we connected into, right? Later on when you're not working and you're sitting and your cats are surrounding you, right? You're in your own energy, your own space. You can return back to this, right? You can close your eyes and open yourself, right? Open your gateway, your pathway more fully and invite these energies to be with you later, or tomorrow or next week or next month, right? We can always return back, because we can always return back to our center, right? And I've given you that vortex, that ball of light as a visual for you to manifest at later times, right? Because you just come back to this moment, this energy, because you're anchoring it in whatever way is right for you, right? Right? A little bit of peace, and right, regardless of the external noise, we always have this, right? And the more we do this, the more we come back to this, regardless of what is going on externally, right? We can learn to be here regardless, and sometimes be here and not even realizing the external noise that's going on, right? To be present with yourself so fully that you don't even realize what's going on around you, that does no longer disturb you, not to be numb, right? Not to block yourself, right? But realizing that you can be here and be there at the same time, that it can be going on around you, but you can still be in your presence, in your groundedness, in your own energy, right? And not being affected or bombarded by the external, right? You can hold your own center and emanate that out, so that regardless of what is around your body, around your fields, you can hold that energy, you can hold that frequency, you can hold that alignment, right? And I'm hearing, that's why I'm here, that's why I show up, that's why I hold these places and spaces. And I haven't for some time, because my own body, my own spirit, my own experience had to go through certain things, and I wasn't allowing, not that I wasn't allowing, but I wasn't able to hold this space in a way that is beneficial for us all, right? So I haven't been here. I had to step away for a bit. I had to go within, and sometimes we have to do that. Maybe you're in that now. Maybe you're just starting to navigate out of that. Maybe you're starting to find yourself going within more fully. And wherever you're at on your journey, I hold these spaces to remind you that you can always return back to your center, to your truth, to your source, right? And the more we do that over and over, right? Over and over. And maybe in the time that I wasn't here holding this space, maybe you found new spaces. Maybe you found new tools, techniques, right? Within or from the external, right? That showed you that you can allow those places and spaces within yourself, for yourself, right? So if it's been some time, if you know, if you're new here, or if you've been with me for some time, and right, we haven't had the physical TikTok live space to be in, right? Because we had to find ourselves within our own space, within our own energy, right? But here we are, right? Returning back to this collective, because it's time. Because it's time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for answering your own prayer, your own intention. Let's just ground all of this into your awareness, into your body. And realizing your energy has shifted. And maybe you're not fully realizing that in this now moment. Maybe it's going to take time for your physical body to catch up, and maybe you'll start feeling certain sensations moving through you, right? Of course not. I'm going to start doing one-on-ones again soon, right? So if you're interested, go through the link in my bio, and I'm in the process of updating the website, but you can send me a message, right? Send me an email through my website if you're interested. And right, I talked to, I mentioned a lot, like, what are you feeling? What are you hearing? What are you sensing? Right? And maybe you didn't, right? Maybe you didn't. Maybe this is new to you. Maybe you're just opening. Maybe you're starting to learn how to, right? Like, feel your energy and learn about your energy, right? Because there's all levels here, right? There's all levels, and I acknowledge that. But again, right, just being in the energies, opening to the potentials, right? Eventually you feel, eventually you'll hear, right? Eventually you'll see when your eyes are closed, right? Because you are opening to that, right? The energy that you're in this now, support that. Right? Janine, I see you just here, like literally right here, like literally right here. Oh my goodness. Anchoring this all in, anchoring awareness, acknowledging the energies maybe that you've released, right? Maybe that you've released, maybe there's some new understandings that have come in through this process, some new awarenesses, confirmations. Maybe you had some memories bubble to the surface, and don't push those away, right? Don't push those away, right? Acknowledge what is here for you, right? Acknowledge what is here for you, or what has come up for you, right? Because again, I keep saying it, you've answered your own prayer, your own intention. You are your own blessing, right? Maybe it didn't show up exactly how you imagined, right? But this is what you've been asking for. And maybe you totally don't understand all of what was here for you, but you do, right? Because your spirit, your soul, your higher self guided you here, right? On some level, you are ready and open to receive, right? What was here for you. Right there with you. Right there with you. And I mentioned the 8-8, the Lion's Gate. The portal is open. It has been open, right? For you to access, right? For you to access the energies, and in turn accessing your own energies and what that means to you, how that resonates to you. Maybe just learning 8-8, what is that? What is this all about? Maybe you're... For me, this is going on year 12 of really understanding what the 8-8, the Lion's Gate, is on a collective as well as personal level, right? So wherever you're at, right, wherever you at, however that resonates, just open to that, right? Because the information, the wisdom of the ancients, I'm hearing, of the ancients, of your own guardians, is here for you. So open yourself, continue to open yourself to that. I'm seeing lots of infinity symbols flying around, lots of infinity symbols, right? And what is the infinity? It's an 8 on its side, right? Let's just work with that symbol, that energy for a moment. You are infinite in all ways, through all time, through all space. All selves converging, merging in this here and now, in this access point, through this portal. You may wish to join me in using your hands, right? Drawing this symbol out. You may, I even saw drawing it like on your forehead, on your heart space, out in the air, into the ethers, right? Maybe you're feeling guided to physically draw this symbol, or maybe you will in the coming moments, the coming days. Let's just work with the infinite energy in this now moment. Beautiful, beautiful. How does that feel? How does that feel? Or maybe you're just tapping into the energies of me doing the movement, the motion. Maybe you're spiraling. Maybe you're spiraling into the alignment of the infinite energy. Your infinite selves, I'm hearing, your infinite selves. Ooh, that just gave me a rush of energy, like total vibrational shift when I said, right, merging with your infinite selves. Tap the screen if that resonates, if you felt that. Merging with your infinite selves. Emerging and becoming whole. Your divine, unique expression coming forth. You carry the keys, you carry the codes. Unlocking, encoding, vibrating with your infinite selves. Nia anasi ushu nia nasi nia anasa ashu o nia ania sa o nia nasa o shi nia nasi nia o nia nasa ashu o asha o asha. I invite you to put your left hand on your solar plexus, your right hand over your heart for a few nice, long, conscious, deep breaths. As you ground, as you anchor, all your infinite selves into this here and now. Again, think of that tuning fork vibrating at the center of your being and expanding your energy, your frequency out in all directions. Clearing and harmonizing your fields, your body. And as it resonates, extending out in all directions, through all time. Through all space. And just breathe. Just breathe. As you bring your whole full self into this moment, and let's bring your whole self back right here, your whole self back right here. And if you've been sort of in an expanded sort of meditative space, during this, I'm going to invite you to breathe your consciousness back into this here and now and be here more present, more fully, more wholly, culminating all parts, all selves, right here, right now. More present, more conscious, more aware, more awake, more attuned to your divine, infinite selves. Just breathe yourself back. Breathe yourself back. Take a drink of water. Move your body if you haven't in a little bit. Get yourself back. Maybe rubbing your hands. Getting yourself back. Feeling your body. Feeling your presence. Feeling yourself more fully in this here and now. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Now that you've returned to center, to your wholeness, to your fullness. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? I want to hear from you. You've heard from me enough. Drink some water. Know that this energy is going to continue to work, to move, to flow through your physical body, through your mental, emotional bodies, through all layers, all layers. Drinking, staying hydrated is going to allow the energy to carry through, to detoxify, to purify your physical vessel. I'm hearing you may be guided to do a little bit of fasting, a little bit of like turning to just liquid, even if it's just for a little bit, right? I'm hearing purifying, detoxifying your physical body in whatever way it resonates with you. It may be eliminating certain foods. It may be adding others, right? I'm seeing fresh strawberries, pineapples, like fresh, vibrant fruits, vegetables, leafy greens. So take this however it resonates. Maybe it's a reminder, maybe it's a nudge to, be conscious of what you're taking into your body, because that's going to assist your physical body to eliminate, to detoxify, and to purify. You're welcome, love. I love that. I love that. I love that. Right? And that energy, right? You put your feet on the floor, your energy is vibrating, right? That's going to extend out in all directions, in all directions, in all directions, right? Maybe it's just on a floor, but that floor ultimately is connected to the earth, right? It's going to go through all the layers, all the floors, and into that earth and penetrate, vibrate out in all directions. So thank you for being here. Thank you for opening to these energies, to grounding yourself more fully and allowing that to flow out in all directions, being affected, right? This is how, when the personal work that we do, right? The personal work that we do, the energy that we hold emanates out in all directions, right? Yeah. The energy that we hold emanates in all directions, right? Just a gentle reminder of that. So again, however you feel guided, purifying, detoxifying, eliminating density, toxins, the old stuff out of the physical body. I'm hearing like Epsom salt, putting your feet in the ocean, putting your whole body in the ocean, right? But we don't. Sage, incense, crystals, right? Maybe it's just a bath, maybe it's a foot soak, maybe it's a massage, maybe it's getting yourself out in nature. That's going to help you attune and ground this energy and share this with the earth, share this with the collective, right? And remember, for those that need a physical sort of assistance or support in getting back to this energy, use that ball of energy, that vortex of light that you can hold, that you can create with your physical hands, right? You can close your eyes down, you can visualize that. Come back to this, right? A way of representing the energetic assistance that is available to us in all ways, all around us, right? But to bring it into our conscious awareness, invite that energy in more fully, right? When you're ready, in whatever way it resonates, to bring you back to your center And it's as simple, right? There's not big things that we have to do or places that we have to go. Our breath, the breath. The breath is the best way to bring you back to your center, right? Just gentle reminders, gentle reminders. Right? Sometimes we have to walk away from certain things, just like I had to walk away from doing these lives, right? And I went through a whole physical clearing, mental clearing, emotional clearing. I went through and, right, you talked about not, right, using your crystals. I cleaned every single crystal I have in my space. I've rearranged, I've placed, I've gridded, right? So, right, when you go back to your crystals, you right, guided to use them in different ways, right? I went through everything. I cleansed and cleared everything. I spent like 2 days doing it. I had, right, like all clearing with water, and then I put them out in the sun, and just, that's how I felt that I needed to support my own process, right? Because my crystals, right, support me, support you, because they support my energy, right? And then full clearing. So, right, whatever you feel guided, however you feel guided to cleanse your physical space, right? I've been doing a lot of gridding within the home, a lot of sound healing, a lot of using the bowls, right? Using the bowl to clear energy within this physical space around the home, right? But that's what I've been personally working on. So, you know, whatever you feel guided to do, if you need to cleanse, right? Maybe this is a push, a reminder. Cleanse your physical space. Use incense, use crystals, use, right? You don't even need tools. You can, right? At one point, a couple days, I was going around the perimeters of my home, like clapping and right, snapping. Your intention, your words, your intention are so powerful. So you don't necessarily need things, right? Your intention, your body, your energy is enough, right? Lighting a candle, right? Holding, creating the space that you want, allowing the energy to move and shift and clear so that you can hold, right? So that your physical space can hold your energy, your vibration in a more congruent, is that even the word that I want? I feel like I don't want to use aligned, but more cohesive, cohesive, that's a good word, cohesive, right? A bell, right? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, whatever you feel. Yesterday I had in a specific corner where I have sort of a little altar, and I've been lighting a candle each day. I had both my hands on each of the walls and setting intentions, reciting mantra, setting the tone, the intention of how I wish for the energy to move, right? And just however you feel, that's something that I had never done before, right? Use your own intent and your own intuition, your own guidance, your own, right? I don't have all the answers. I don't know of all the tools, right? That is within you. So hopefully this morning, this process, this energy has allowed you to open to more of yourself, more of your own intuition, more of your own innate healing abilities, right? Because we have it all within. Use that breath, return to center, and then go from there, right? So thank you for being here, right? Yes. I would love to get some crystal bowls. That's like one of my next big sort of healing tool. I would love to get. I do have a couple of the metal bowls, right? But a crystal singing bowl would just be wonderful to have, even if it was little, right? Even if it was little. My left ear is so expanded open. So just acknowledge in your upper chakras, right? Maybe not in this moment, but in the moments to come and the days to come, how, right? Yeah, as I brought acknowledge it to it, it's sort of like popped open. Just be aware, right? Just be aware of how your energy, your intuition, your senses, your abilities continue to open and unfold in the next coming moments, days, weeks, months, right? You're opening, you're unfolding, you're becoming, right? So just be aware of the shifts, be aware of the energies, and be open to working with them in a different way, in new ways, in remembered ways. I'm hearing remembered ways. So how is everybody doing? Wild, oh gosh, I've been having some wild dreams myself, right? Left ear, and right, it's opening, and what I want to say specifically, Jean B, is sometimes we associate pain with bad or negative, right? When it's merely sensation, I'm hearing, it's merely sensation. But you know, on some level, we maybe think that type of pain, or maybe even I'm getting maybe in the past somehow, right, you've experienced this type of sensation within this space connected to something, right, of lower energy or vibration and experience, maybe a sickness. Maybe like at a young age there was a sickness that caused pain, right? So maybe there's just an association with that, and sometimes it's simply like just the energy moving, right, clearing, shifting, right? So this is just a message coming through, kind of specific for you, Jean B, but may apply to many here, that pain isn't always bad or negative or harmful or something to be concerned of, but more aware of, right? More aware of. It may be simply something just moving, right? And clearing and healing a part of you, right? That is associated that with pain, right? I'm hearing redefine the way we feel, look, and speak about pain. It's not always a bad thing. It just may be uncomfortable. It you know, the pressure may be so much that it cause or worry, but breathe into that. Breathe into that and allow it to release, allow it to open, and maybe, right, maybe it is something physical that needs to be looked at, right? I'm not a doctor, I'm not, but being aware of that and asking, right, ooh, I'm feeling this, or here comes that sensation. That's what I did when I was learning more about how I channel and my intuition and opening all of that. I learned because I would get certain pitches, certain feelings, certain sensations, right? Specifically my left ear, and I started asking, I started paying attention, I started attuning into the energy, the information that was here, right? And through that asking, through that presence, I started to learn about like what the different tones, the different sounds, the different sensations meant. Like I learned that at times it was spirit, at times it was higher self, at times it was certain, you know, energies coming through, channeling through, maybe not always in words, but in energy and vibration. Sometimes it was just pay attention. Sometimes it was just, all right, this is here to stop you in this here and now. Pay attention to yourself, your body, your surroundings, your experience, right? Maybe there was something going on at that time that I just needed to pay attention to, something going on within me. Maybe something externally was triggering something internal, and it was more of a presence and awareness, and to tune into yourself. Just be present with yourself, right? I do too. I do too. I do too. But sometimes we need to, right? Sometimes we need to. because of the world we live in, right? So just gentle reminders, to tune into yourself. Use that breath to ground, to become more and more conscious, to center, right? To become aware of everything that is here for you, because you have all the answers. You have everything you need within your body, within your field, within your awareness, right? And when we can be here more and more, be present with ourselves more and more, we can open to ourselves more and more. We can open to potentials, to, right, our highest selves, right, our infinite selves. I brought that through. That was a reminder for me, right? I forgot all about that. I'm writing that down. Where's my pens? I clean so much. Infinite selves, right? There's an importance in that. And I'm going to bring this into my personal space later. And okay, I brought this through for a collective reason, but what is it, right? And maybe it's just a message that I'm going to receive. Maybe it's a new tool coming online, right? I don't know, but I'm going to continue to be open to that, right? So continue to be open to what is here for you, even if it doesn't feel good, right? Right? Remember, maybe that pain is just a messenger, right? That pain is just a messenger, right? Energy, emotions in motion. So I hope that this has been helpful. Thank you for being here today. I hope that this has been helpful. We're just going to do a little bit of sort of completing this time. So just tune back into your center more fully for a moment. And I'm just going to offer some energy to seal up this channel, this pathway, this gateway that we've created, that we've opened. Right? And you may wish to sort of extend this energy around your body, around your field, ceiling of protection, of support, right? To just hold your energy, to guide you through each next now moment more fully, more aware. And if you happen to navigate away from your full alignment, which most likely will happen, right? You can always come back to this time, this place, this space. You can always come back to your center simply with your breath, with your intention. It doesn't need to be an hour. It doesn't need to be on the meditation cushion or the yoga mat, right? You can be outside. You can listen to the birds. You can allow the sun, right, to attune you, to center you, right? Nature, walk, ground, whatever resonates for you. Right, as we offer gratitude, give thanks to the energies that held us through, right, this session. Your personal guides, angels, guardians, right, higher selves. We all worked as a collective. I simply held the space, right? I simply held the space. I didn't do anything to you. I just simply held the space for you, to remind you that you can do this, that you are this in each now moment. And again, I guess we're returning back to the reminder of that sphere, right? You can always return back here to that sphere, that vortex of universal life force energy, cosmic energy, divine energy, however it resonates, whatever you call it. And just finishing with hands on heart. Absolutely, absolutely. It's all part of it all, right? However it resonates for you, right? That's your message. Your resonance is your message. Your intuitive hit, your the symbols, the signs, however you're receiving them, through whatever senses you're receiving them through, right? That's your message, right? That's your message. And allow your curiosity to open you more, right? Whatever was stirred within you, right? Whatever came up during this session, maybe it's one word, one phrase, one suggestion that I offered that you'll remember, or that helped you remember something, right? Use that, follow that, be curious about that, right? Some of you may have experienced light language here for the first time, the sound, the words, the energy, right? Opening, unlocking, encoding something within you. Follow that. Follow that. Remember, you're here today in this space because you answered your own prayer. You are your own blessing, right? Anchor all of that. Anchor all of that. And remember to drink water. Get outside in nature if you can. Put your feet on the ground if you can, right? Open your arms. Allow it to continue to attune and align you in each now moment. Remembering that it's your choice what you do in the next now moments, right? And if you find yourself coming out of alignment, you always have the choice to breathe, to return back here with your breath, with your intention, with your energy. So thank you for being here. Thank you for holding this space with me. It has been some time, and we'll see when the next moment arises that I feel called to be here and to hold this space again. But follow if you haven't done so already, if this resonated with you. I do put out videos to help you remember, right? To help you come back to center, to help you align with your higher selves, your infinite selves. And the process is unfolding, right? The process is unfolding for us individually and collectively, right? So I will show up and be here as I can, when I can. Things are definitely moving and shifting. And I am just opening to that, right? So follow, hit the notification if you want to catch me the next time I go live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy, for holding this space, because I can't do this without you, right? Many of the messages and the energy that came forth through me for the collective were as a result of your energy, right? Within this collective, your comments, right? Starred, spurked something, right? A message, an energy, a flow. So thank you for being here and offering your light, right? Be so lit that you illuminate the path for others. And this is one step, one way on your journey. So thank you for stopping in, for being here, and for holding this space with me. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the taps, all of it, right? All of it. And it all goes back in. As you give, you receive. As you give, you receive. So in whatever ways you gave today, this morning, thank you, right? I see you, right? I see the numbers. I go back and look at the stuff, and I see who's been here, right? As you give, you receive. Spirit sees that, right? I don't need to see that. Spirit sees that. The universe sees that. The cosmic forces see that. All that you're giving out, not just here in this space, but all that you're giving of yourself, right? I'm hearing, allow yourself to receive that back. Allow yourself to receive that back in whatever way is perfect for you in each now moment, right? Maybe a song on the radio, maybe an old friend coming back around, maybe just a memory, maybe a butterfly, maybe a ladybug on the ceiling, right? Maybe a truck passes by with a certain word, a certain phrase. Allow yourself to receive things, to receive your own energy, your own messages, your own guidance. Numbers, right? Numbers, sequences of numbers. So again, thank you for being here. And until next time, be good to yourself and be good to each other. Thanks again. I'm just going to spend a few moments just sort of clearing, as you leave the live, as you detach from this energy, disconnect from this energy, just use your own intention. Okay, I'm disconnecting from this live, from this collective, right? I'm reclaiming my own energy wholly and fully, right? Because you've opened yourself. You've opened yourself to some degree being here, being in these energies. So now I reclaim myself. I disconnect from that energy, from that collective. You have everything you need inside of you. Any new energies have anchored in, right? So disconnect as you leave the live. Have a beautiful, wonderful day, Lavina. Hello, love. You as well, right back at you, right? With gratitude. Just disconnecting from these energies, disconnecting from this live. And thank you so, so much for being here. So, so much. Right, just clearing, just clearing, just clearing. I'm just going to stay for a few more moments, just with some crystals. And remember any messages that you may have received. If you're not remembering in this now moment, they may come to you. You may want to journal, write things down, doodle. That infinity symbol came up earlier, right? However you feel guided to continue to work with these energies, your own energy. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Same to you, love. Same to you. Thank you so much for being here. And again, congratulations. Such great news. Such great news. The birds are singing out there, right? Look, we went from chainsaws and banging to birds are chirping out there. See how we can shift our energy in just a few breaths, in just a few moments. I don't know, I just feel called to end with some crystal. So I am going to be jumping off in a few moments. I've been here for some time, but just felt called to, as we disconnected from the energies, just feeling guided to offer some selenite. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Hey, thank you, Eric. All right, sending infinite light and so much love your way. May you flow through each of your next now moments with grace and ease, and the awareness to find yourself back to your center. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we'll see you next time. Be well. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. You're welcome.